A few words about the First Noble Truth. My user-friendly definition of dukkha, I always look for a definition that will help me orient around it in a very pragmatic way. My definition of dukkha is wanting something other than what is here to be here. Wanting something other than what is here to be here. And what that touches into, it captures some real kind of core conditioning in the way that we're wired to avoid certain things, to want some things to stay, to want other things to go, and to kind of space out on other things. And that's really a pattern that arises fairly continuously with us. It's really part of our deepest wiring. And it came from long ago in our evolutionary past. Knowing what's safe, and even more than what's safe, what's safe, what's interesting, and what's food. And what's not safe, what could be dangerous, and what might eat us, what might find us to be food. Do you know? And we carry this with us on more subtle and cognitive levels as well as we move through the world. Do I want to move toward this? Do I want more of this? I want more chocolate. I want less asparagus. This person reminds me of somebody that I didn't like in my past. I want to move away from that person. This person looks safe and warm. I want to move toward this person. I like the way something looks. I don't like the way something looks. I don't like that sound. I like this sound. More of this, less of that. Always, we're constantly making multiple choices that are almost unconscious. Some of them is we choose before you even know we're making that choice. Wanting something, though, other than what is here. There's something very profound about this, in terms of the whole search, even in terms of the whole spiritual search. What search implies is that what is right now isn't quite enough. I'm not quite enough. The way I am is not quite enough. Maybe someday, when I become a better meditator, more continuously mindful, more spacious, more this, more that, less angry, then I'll be a good doobie, then I will reap the fruits, but not today. Certainly not today. Yeah. How poignant that is, because we can then take up meditation in a way that perpetuates this very dynamic. Now I'm meditating. Now I don't like what's coming up. No, I know what meditation must be. I need that to go away. And I need this other thing to come in. That's what I'm doing. And if I'm not doing that, then I'm not doing it well enough. Because that must be what it is. Because I'm clearly not enough. And so I'm trying to arrange things so that I will start to feel that I'm enough. You see the paradox of that? So that is the First Noble Truth in action in a very pragmatic, almost moment-to-moment way that we can begin to tune into. How do we address that? Well, you've heard Susan and I address this many times in terms of the setting up of the practice. One way to think of that setting up of the practice is finding what is present, finding this present to be enough. To be enough. And you'll hear us say this again and again, right? Coming back to the breath as if there's no place you'd rather be. As if it doesn't get better than this. Yeah? As if this is the green pasture you've been looking for. Yeah? Yeah. As if this is a lovely place to be, right here. Not somewhere else, but right here. And the orientation is around you're creating an atmosphere that is an embarrassment of riches, that is more than enough, that is so that the mind wants to stay present. So we don't force it to be present. That's where we get into a problem there. Forcing it to be present is saying this present isn't enough. I need something else to be here. Finding it to be present is a different situation. It's a different orientation. It's softening around what's going on. Yes, inviting in something that will encourage us to stay present, because this is not just a cognitive thing. Okay, I want to be present. No, it has to feel like this is enough. It has to feel like this is enough. We have to invite the feeling of being enough here. Which is why we'll go, look, it's not just enough to observe it. It's about, as if it's like this. As if there's no place we'd rather be. And so in all of these moments of setting up the holy environment, we're also practicing all these moments of enoughness. It's the practice of enoughness. The practice of finding our present experience to be full and rich. And getting away from the dynamic, which is so deeply ingrained in us, to want something else to be. It will be enough, but not yet. It will be enough when I stay with the breath. But when the mind wanders, that's not enough. No. I'm wandering all the time. Not good enough. So part of this practice, part of the heart of this practice is recognizing that dynamic and shifting to enough. This is enough. It's enough, just like this. Enough. It's a practice of enoughness. The practice of enoughness. And that's how we begin to interrupt the identification with this pattern of something else, someday, later, rearrange the furniture, try harder, be better. All the not enough messages, the not quite enough messages that we send ourselves, even in the name of spirituality. You see, even in the name of mindfulness practice, we can practice not enough. I know because I practiced really hard for 20 years, and I didn't realize I was practicing not enough for 20 years. But that was the dance. It was the not enough dance of mindfulness. And I know how that can be practiced. Yeah. So I want to address that in a very pragmatic way. And the meditation that we'll do is this morning, it's, we call it the trouble in paradise meditation, but it's really like this. You settle a little, calm a little bit, settle a little bit, as if it's enough, a sense of feeling pretty settled in here. And then beginning to notice all of what interrupts it, all of what comes to say, this is not enough, something else, got to do more with this, got to hold on to it tightly, got to keep it around, got to make that go away. Notice how it arises. Nobody else is making that arise. Nobody else is here. It's just you. This is a pattern that we all have, the not enough pattern. Okay? And so noticing that and then returning to a sense of enoughness or just softening around it. Go, oh no, I'm going to take my hands off the wheel. It's okay. Settling back, softening, settling back. Okay? Interrupting the pattern of not enough. Okay?